Stock of the day, Nick Scali has topped its first half profit guidance. That's despite reporting a near 30%, 20% drop in net profit, in 29% in the 6 months to December 31. Sales are lower. The board declaring a fully franked interim dividend of 35 cents a share, which is steady. Profit down 29%, revenue down 20%, EBIT down 25%. Share price, Mark Moreland, this morning up 10%. Go figure.
Well, actually, I haven't looked at it this morning because I know the announcement came out. And isn't it interesting how you'd have to say that's a pretty poor report, and the share price is up 10%.
Yeah.
How about that? I go figure, exactly that. Nick Scali has been one of our wealth winners for a long time, and it's been a plus 20% average compound return for me. I've been a shareholder for about eight years, something like that.
Yep.
So currently it's on a PE of 9.7, or maybe a little bit higher now with the 10% rise today. It's a fabulous business. I've been very surprised how strongly the earnings have held up until now. I mean, they had a massive boost through COVID, and then they kept going after, which really surprised us because we expected the retailers generally like Davey and Nick Scali to come back, after COVID, because they had such big lifts. But they've held up really well. So I'm not surprised that it's come off somewhat. I think, it's probably a reflection of the economy a bit. But look, I'm a very happy shareholder, and it's disappointing that it's gone up 10%.
Right.
I would have rather it went down 10%. I would have bought some more.
Right. Okay. So you're a holder at these levels, but
definitely.
You often talk about your watch list of stocks if there's ever another crash in the market like we saw a couple of years ago or before October last year. It's on your list to watch, isn't it, for pullbacks?
Well, the thing is though, the retailers generally the good ones, and Nick Scali at a PE of sub 10 is cheap anyway. I mean, it's like you don't need a crash because the average PE is now at least 18 or more, so they're cheap anyway. So if it gets cheaper, you say great, but it's not. Now we're showing it returning 14% a year on a margin of safety and about 30% on our default metrics. So it's an outstanding business. Anthony Scali is a great manager, and we're very happy.
So you'd be buying at these levels even after the pop today?
I've already got lots of shares, so I'm not actually buying any more at the moment. But I definitely wouldn't be selling. That's for sure.
Right. But if you're not in Nick Scali, would you be buying now?
Well, it's also paying pretty good dividend. Did they say anything about the dividend today?
Yeah,
because they've been on
35 cents. It's flat, steady.
Okay, so that's a 6% yield.
Right.
So which plus franking credits is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's 9% dividend.
Okay.
That's not easy to get 9%. You can get better than that in the coal miners, but I think it's good value still now.
Okay, Shawn.
As you say, revenue was down 20%. Stocks popped really well.
Yeah.
It popped well because the back half of the half, orders were picking up.
Right.
So the retailers are priced for trouble. We all know why. The economy, people have, they're hurting. The interest rates are higher. Inflation's there. Blah blah blah. But the results are coming in not as bad as expected.
Yep.
So for me, I agree. Nick Scali is a quality business. It's moved strongly today. At these levels, I'd still call it a hold.
Right.
I still think you are looking at a sector which could have problems this year. There's uncertainties, and after the strong recovery in Nick Scali, I'd have it as a hold. But it's a quality company.
Because yes, Australians have gone into the bunker, but we'll fix your earpiece up shortly. Yep. But so many more customers have come into Australia, haven't they? This is the thing with 500,000 migrants coming in 2023. A lot more customers came in to buy things. Now, with those migration levels being reduced, does that make you wary?
A little bit. I mean, at the end of the day, the population is still set to go up. The question mark is how much. That might change with the new government as well. The banks have benefited it, from people like Woolworths have benefited it. People are looking for the population to go up, might go a bit slower now.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm wary after that. I'm just wary of the next 12 months because the sector's had a really good run, David.
Yep.
As has the whole market, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.